Hey there, it's Vicky, and I am on the holiday Isle of Anglesey, which is where I've lived on and off for the past 8-ish years with Johnny. Hi, Johnny.
Hi, Vicky.
So Johnny's been on many Randonautica adventures with me. Even though I've kind of been the driving force, I've kind of forced Johnny to come out on a lot of missions with me. And I think you've gone from being somewhat of a skeptic into a believer, haven't you, Johnny?
Yes, I have, yeah. Randonautica seems to know a lot about my past.
Yeah.
And it picks up on my subconscious.
It really does. What are your thoughts on Randonautica nowadays, Johnny?
Well, I've gone from being a skeptic to believing that it's quite magical.
It really, really is. Now, this island here of Anglesey is magical, and there are a lot of King Arthur links with the island. And some of our main insane synchronicities have been clustered on a house called Avilion. And a brief Google of the name Avilion reveals all sorts of stuff about King Arthur. So for the past 2 years, I think Randonautica has been dropping clues about the world's most famous and prolonged treasure hunt. What would that be, Johnny?
The Holy Grail.
It has been alluding to it multiple times with me anyway. So what we're going to do now is we're going to drop some pins. I've never actually asked it outright about the Holy Grail. I thought that might be a little bit crass. But I'm here on the island just for a couple of days, and I thought I've got to make the most of this now. It's really time to drop the main pin. The main pin has got to be dropped. So this owl here was sent to me from France by Monsieur All-in-I. And this is a video Monsieur All-in-I sent me moments before I started editing the Randonautica video. So it's going in. My Tanganaut friend, who I've done hundreds of Randonautica trips with. And whenever I have touched this owl,
magic happens.
The power comes out of Randonautica. In fact, the night I arrived here, I heard an owl. I've not heard an owl for months, since Auburn's birthday, which was also Monsieur All-in-I's mother's birthday. It all gets very synchronized. So what we're going to do now is touch the owl together, Johnny, and think Holy Grail. Are you ready? There might be a lot of owls later today. Right, okay, 3, 2, 1. That's enough. That's enough. Right. Right, we're going to drop a Holy Grail point now and see what the heck. I think today might be quite epic.
I think it will.
Okay, Johnny, thank you for this. Let's go. So we've bookmarked 4 Grail points around Holy Island, and we are now off. We touched the owl, Johnny. You've not experienced touching the owl. Actually, you have experienced the aftermath of me touching the owl, because when I last touched it, or one of the last times I touched it, we asked Randonautica, are you sentient? And that's when we found all the birds, and I brought the baby bird back here.
That's true.
Yeah.
You did.
And the ticks.
Oh, there was a few ticks.
There were ticks on the bird that got back into the lodge where Johnny lives, and I was very, very, very upset. Randonautica, you're going to be nice to us today. Yes, you are. Right, let's go to the first point. It's only down the road.
Right.
So the point is here, in there. But I think I know what it is. I think I know. My eyes have already jumped to what I think it is. Because we're in the radius, Holyhead Mountain over there, is this castle over here that's 100 years old. Handmade little castle. Also, there are a lot of boats and caravans around here, and it's good to look at their names. But I think it was the Camelot castle there. Now we are coming down the beautiful little coastal route. Yeah, you can go a bit faster now. Thank you, Johnny. Hello. This little trail of beaches, and we are actually coming to the house Avilion, which was built and lived in by the architect. There it is up there, the fairy tale castle overlooking the fairy tale beaches. And it is this garden here where we've had mega synchronicities, including 4 for Johnny dropping in the garden of this incredible building.
Yeah.
Which I'll explain later. But yeah, this is also the cover of the a new national campaign for holiday lettings. This house is. Right, it's gone. But this is Porth Diana. Beautiful, beautiful. Holy Island. This is Holy Island, Anglesey. So here we are outside Anglesey Aluminium, which is decommissioned, and the point is just over in those bushes. So no one said that finding the Holy Grail was going to be easy. We might get some bramble scratches, Johnny. Right, we've got to go wading through that undergrowth. I don't think there's any security guards about. So we've been rumbled by security, but we're not trespassing. Trying to explain Randonautica. Now the point is dead ahead, and I swear to God, I know exactly what this is supposed to be. Johnny did a really good job of explaining to the security guard all about Randonautica, and do try to explain it to people wherever you go. You'd be amazed at just how interested people become in the quantum treasure hunt. Here we are at the second point. The security guards come over, and Johnny's just done a fantastic job of explaining the confusing quest that we're on via Randonautica. So the point is just off in that reed bed just behind there. But look what we've got. What does this remind you of? Now the question is, can I pull it out? Yes or no? What do you think? Are you ready? It came straight out! Yeah! I got it! There you go. Johnny, what are your thoughts on what we've just found? Because the point is just a couple of feet off behind there.
Well, that is quite amazing. To be fair, it's quite amazing how it's done it.
Your middle name's Percival. He was one of the knights.
He was one of the knights.
Yeah, so I think you need to pull it out as well. Come on. Imagine if it didn't come out. Oh, you did it. We're on our way to the third point, and we've found something or somebody by the side of the road. In fact, let me just get one of my sticks. I think it deserves a prod. Who's this? What is it? Is it it's a squirrel? What? Is it a squirrel? I think it's a dog toy.
Yeah, it's a squirrel. A dog squirrel.
Were there any toy squirrels in the sword in the... No! Do you know where there's a cartoon grey squirrel?
Yeah.
The Disney version of Sword in the Stone.
Oh my God.
King Arthur is the young boy Arthur, and Merlin are turned into grey squirrels.
Moments before randonauting, I had been reading an article about Walt Disney's possible involvement in a secret society that knew the location of the Holy Grail. And that little grey squirrel by the side of the road reminded me of one of my favourite childhood cartoons. The Disney classic Sword in the Stone, where Merlin and the boy Arthur were turned into squirrels. Oh, and Merlin had a companion, didn't he? Woohoo! So we've already found Camelot. I've already pulled the sword out of the stone. What next on our Holy Grail adventure?
Or is it a beaver?
It's a squirrel.
That's a squirrel.
That is definitely a squirrel. That's a grey squirrel.
Oh my God, it's not actually a Disney toy, but the grey squirrel is definitely in the Disney thing. This isn't actually at our point, it is over there, but yeah, there we go. That's so funny. Right, we'll let a doggy play with that. One of my favourite things, obviously, about Randonautica is how it gets you out to completely random places. And on Anglesey, it's all spectacular and beautiful. It's early spring, and this is one of my... Oh, God, look at it. You'd never believe it was a toxic aluminium dump.
Wow. To find any one of those things, but we just found 3 in a row.
That is amazing.
It's amazing, yeah.
We've still pretty much got 2 points left to go to. One of them is up at a farmhouse up here, and thank God the sun is shining at last.
Who knows what we'll find?
Oh yeah, maybe the Lady in the Lake. That was a lake then. Land and Lakes. That's owned by Land and Lakes, that land is. Don't build holiday lodges on here, please. The next point is just here. So, hello, is that Guinevere the sheep? we've just been over there by aluminium. Anglesey Aluminium. We're at the point now and it's taken us to a deserted house. Maybe just look for the name of the house. That's a good thing to do. We've had great success with that in the past. I don't think there's anybody home. We know what the find is. We've counted the trees. How many trees are there, Johnny?
11.
There are 11 trees here. And Johnny said maybe it's Knights of the Round Table, and we googled it and the accepted number is 12. And I've always said Johnny is the knight because his middle name is Percival. With Johnny that makes 12.
The Knights of the Round Table.
I mean, they're not in a perfect circle, but there's 11 trees plus Johnny makes 12, and the find is literally just in that hedge there. It's literally just there. There you go, Johnny. Take your... Oh, in the middle, please. In the middle. That is fantastic. What wonderful symbolism. So there are 11 trees. The middle one has been cut down. And with Johnny Percival, that is the 12 Knights of the Round Table.
And Percival was one of the original knights to find the Holy Grail.
Feels really good.
What are you going to cook for dinner tonight for them?
Oh, 12 meals.
That's a lot of food.
Be a stir fry. Right, the castle.
What's this we found? That I've... Whoa. Okay. That's really cool. Uh-oh. Oh, I know what it is. It's a homeless person's shelter, maybe. Ooh. Oh. There's bound to be human excrement somewhere. Bound to be. Oh, someone's been living here. Poor guy.
Fire.
Fire. What else have they got? A towel. Oh, maybe kids have been playing here, but... Ooh. Looks a little bit more grown up than kids. Well, they've been drinking Schlur. You don't get too many alkies living in the woods drinking grape juice. Johnny.
Yeah.
I've just googled it. It turns out that Percival was one of the original and first knights to find the Holy Grail.
Wow.
Well done, you found it. No wonder they were those trees were holding space for you there. They were waiting for you to come out to
Oh my
them.
God, they were waiting for me all this time.
There you go.
Oh, wow.
Well, there you go. So I forgot we're actually on a Grail quest with Percival. Johnny and I have been along this route here probably hundreds of times, yet we've found so many little parts of it that we've never been to before, like those farmhouses. I don't think we've ever walked through this wood either. We've certainly never seen the trees before. This is North Wales in late April, springtime.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Really, really lovely. Is this called Lesser Celandine? So...
An old bit of tree trunk and it's getting all overgrown.
How scenic is that? So once again, Randonautica enables you to see your neighbourhood through very fresh, curious new eyes. And that's why Randonautica is such a big adventure. Me and Johnny have done this route hundreds of times because it's our thoroughfare on the way to a park that we go to, but we've never explored it with such enthusiasm. We've never kind of quested for clues, and we've been to so many new parts of it. It's just unreal, all with this intense excitement burning in our chests. It turns your whole neighbourhood into an adventure playground. It really, really does. I love you, Randonautica. I've got a little tear in my eye thinking about how much fun and intrigue that you have brought me in the past 2 years.
Download the Randonautica app today and discover the magical adventures in your own neighbourhood.